Yeah, and so that will be my next role with Benny Safdie, and I'm so excited because I get a chance to hopefully transform again like I was able to do in Smashing Machine. So can't wait. Lizard music. By the way, that's why I've been slimming down to play the Chicken Man.
You won't believe this, but fans are saying The Rock doesn't even look like The Rock anymore. Dwayne Johnson, the man once held as the people's champion and Hollywood's biggest action star, is suddenly looking smaller, leaner, and less invincible than ever. Social media is blowing up with side-by-sides, pointing out how his massive shoulders have shrunk, his chest isn't as wide, and his arms look a lot less like the ones that used to pop veins on Instagram. The Rock built his entire career on being larger than life, but now he's physically looking larger than life, and for fans it feels like the biggest crack yet in the carefully controlled image of Hollywood's most bankable star. For years, his superhuman physique was the crown jewel of his brand. He wasn't just strong, he was stronger than anyone else, bigger than anyone else, more disciplined, more relentless, more superhuman. At 50, he looked like he was aging in reverse, carrying more muscle than he ever had in his wrestling prime. People called him motivation, an icon.
The Rock's physique in this movie is insane.
He gained 40 pounds, and he knew he needed a wrestler-type waist.
His thighs.
Massive. Oh my God.
The first time we saw pictures of Dwayne as this character, they went viral online because he was basically unrecognizable.
Yeah, it was crazy. I said to him, I need you to get bigger, puffier, and he goes,
Proof that hard work beats time itself. But now, that myth is collapsing in real time. Losing muscle mass isn't a crime, but when you've tied your entire identity, your brand, and your empire to being the biggest guy in the room, the drop is a shock. Fans aren't just noticing, they're looking for answers. The Rock always told a story. Somebody wanted respect. That somebody was Dwayne Johnson, the kid who grew up with nothing, the young man who had just $7 in his pocket after being cut from football. The guy who fought his way into the WWE and transformed into The Rock. Cocky, funny, electrifying, and unforgettable. He wanted to conquer Hollywood, and he did. But he didn't just conquer it.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is turning heads with his dramatic weight loss. The Moana star's transformation for his upcoming film, The Smashing Machine, was on full display while stepping out at the Miu Miu Women's Tales event on August 30th during the 2025 Venice Film Festival.
He built an empire around an image. The 4 a.m. workouts, the 8,000 calorie cheat meals, the endless grind. The idea that discipline alone could make you into something extraordinary. Fans believed him, followed his routines, wore his Under Armour shoes, bought his energy drinks, and posted their own gym selfies with captions like, "What would The Rock do?" But here's where things take a turn. The crack started showing years ago when fitness experts began pointing out that his body defied natural limits. Joe Rogan bluntly said there was no way he was clean, and bodybuilding pros agreed. The man kept getting bigger, leaner, and more shredded with age. Science says that doesn't happen naturally. Fans ignored the whispers because they wanted to believe. They wanted The Rock to be real. They wanted the myth to be true.
Just so that people understand how to spot someone who's done steroids and who's not. How about Dwayne, The Rock?
Yeah.
You think The Rock has taken steroids?
Yeah,
Steroid-
maybe. You
Wait.
probably took a little bit of something here and there. Not a lot. I could be wrong, but you know.
But now with the recent weight loss, those whispers are roaring into shouts. People are pointing at the downsized Rock and saying, "See, we were right all along." And this is where fans feel burned. It's not about steroids, it's about trust. Hollywood has always had its secrets. Actors use trainers, diets, enhancements, even CGI to look the part. That's not shocking. What's shocking is the denial. The Rock built a brand on insisting it was all natural, all hard work, all clean living. He posted endless motivational captions about discipline, implying that anyone could look like him if they just worked hard enough. That was the illusion. And now, with the weight loss, the illusion is broken. Fans feel duped, like they bought into a lie. The timing couldn't be worse.
You know, when you see The Rock and he's standing there with his shirt off, there's not a man alive who doesn't want to be built like that. So if he's telling you he's not doing anything to get that, and I don't know if he is.
He said in one instance that when he was 18, him and his friends took something and it gave him gynecomastia, and then he never touched it again.
The Rock's career has already been shaky. Black Adam, the movie he hyped as the turning point for the DC universe, bombed. It lost nearly $100 million, and the story behind the scenes made him look even worse. Reports surfaced that he had a no-lose clause in his contract. His character couldn't lose, couldn't cry, couldn't look weak. That meant Black Adam wasn't a character, it was just The Rock, invincible and boring. Fans wanted moral complexity, tragedy, an anti-hero with depth. Instead, they got a muscle-bound ego trip.
The Rock is on steroids. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I've been to America and I know what goes on. I would believe that The Rock would be on testosterone replacement therapy. A very good thing to do. It's actually very good for you, very healthy for you, helps you be big and strong, helps you live a long and prosperous life.
And now, with less muscle on his frame, the irony is brutal. The guy who refused to look weak on screen now looks smaller off screen. The myth of invincibility has shattered in more ways than one. And then there was Red One. Supposed to be a huge holiday blockbuster, it fizzled hard. Critics trashed it, audiences ignored it, and leaked reports said The Rock was showing up 7 to 8 hours late to set every single day. The man who preached discipline was now accused of wasting millions of dollars and not respecting the crews who worked overnight because of his delays. That 4 a.m. gym grind persona? Fans started calling it fake. He's not up early to work, people joked. He's up early to post. And when you add in the weight loss, the whole gym-obsessed image looks even more hollow. If the size is gone and the discipline was fake, then what's left?
Dwayne showed off his new slimmed-down figure, sporting a silk, short-sleeved blue button-down with colorful sketches and straight-leg black trousers. Many users online responded to the new look, saying on X, had to do a double take, and The Rock became the pebble.
Social media has been ruthless. Memes compare his current look to his past glory, calling it the shrinking Rock. Others joke that he went from Black Adam to Pebble Johnson. Fans who once defended him are now turning on him, saying the truth is finally out. And when the internet senses weakness, it piles on. Every old controversy, like the Maui fundraiser where he and Oprah asked the public to donate instead of covering the cost themselves, suddenly looks worse when paired with his shrinking frame. Before, he looked untouchable. Now, he looks vulnerable, and fans can smell it. But here's where it gets complicated. Not everyone is mocking him. Some fans are worried. They wonder if he's sick, if age finally caught up, if years of stress and physical punishment have taken their toll. The Rock himself has admitted to past heart issues. At 52, maybe the downsizing is a smart move, a way to extend his life instead of pushing his body into dangerous territory. Others speculate he lost the weight for a role, specifically the Smashing Machine, where he plays MMA fighter Mark Kerr, a man whose life was messy, vulnerable, and far from superheroic. Maybe The Rock is finally ditching the invincible image for something raw and real. If that's the case, the weight loss could be genius. But the problem is, he hasn't said anything. And silence is letting the rumor mill run wild. The theories are everywhere. Some say he's finally off steroids and that's why the mask dropped so fast. Others say he's prepping for awards season, trying to win credibility as a serious actor. Some claim he's dealing with health issues and doesn't want to admit it publicly. The lack of answers is what keeps people talking, and for someone who built a career on sharing every detail of his grind, the sudden silence is deafening. Fans are used to him oversharing about cheat meals, workouts, and life lessons, but when the biggest physical change of his life happens, crickets. That only makes it more suspicious. The weight loss also changes how people see his entire career. Suddenly, all those old Instagram posts about insane workouts and massive meals feel like marketing, not reality. People are scrolling back through, pointing out the staged nature of the content, connecting dots they ignored before. When he staged his first In-N-Out burger in years multiple times, fans called him out, but it was brushed off. Now, in light of the body change, it feels like part of a bigger pattern. The image was always manufactured, and the muscle mass was part of the costume. With the costume gone, people are asking who Dwayne Johnson really is. And then there's the WWE angle. His return to the ring used to thrill fans, but after stealing Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania moment and then leaving again, fans saw it as selfish. That disappointment was bad enough when he still looked like the unstoppable Rock of old. Now, with a smaller frame, the betrayal cuts deeper. Wrestling fans live for authenticity. for characters that feel larger than life. Yet The Rock no longer looks the part and no longer acts like the people's champion. Then what's left of the legend? The truth is, losing muscle mass is natural. No one stays that size forever. Bodies age, metabolism slow, and health takes priority. But The Rock isn't just anyone. He's the guy who turned his body into a business. Every movie role, every product line, every Instagram caption was tied to that invincible physique. Losing it feels like losing the brand. And fans aren't just reacting to the physical change, they're reacting to what it represents. The Rock without muscle is like Superman without powers. It forces people to face the idea that maybe it was never real to begin with. So where does he go from here? His upcoming role in the Smashing Machine might be the answer. Playing Mark Kerr requires vulnerability, authenticity, and raw emotion. The weight loss could actually help him embody the role, stripping away the superhero look and forcing him to act, not just pose. If he nails it, this could be the comeback. Fans might finally see Dwayne Johnson, the actor, instead of The Rock, the brand. But if he dodges the issue, keeps pretending nothing's changed, and leans on the same tired motivational captions, the backlash will only grow. The Rock wanted to be the man who never loses, never shrinks, never ages. But time, truth, and reality caught up, so he shrank, and fans noticed. Then the story shifted. The people's champion looks human now, and the people aren't sure how to feel about it. For some it's betrayal, for others it's relief. Finally, he looks mortal. For a few it's empathy. But for everyone, it's a shock. The Rock, the biggest star in the world, is smaller than ever, and the myth is collapsing with him. Whether this is the beginning of his redemption or the end of his invincible run depends on what he does next. Does he admit, explain, and embrace authenticity? Or does he keep flexing a brand that no longer matches the man? One thing is certain, fans will be watching. Because if The Rock can lose the one thing that seemed untouchable, his body, then anything is possible. His fall proves that even the biggest star in Hollywood can't outmuscle time, truth, or trust. So what do you think really happened to The Rock? Is he downsizing for a role, focusing on his health, or finally stepping away from the superhuman image he built for decades? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your theory. Hit subscribe only if you want.